Welcome to our channel. This is Mosmi Ambasta. In the last video, we understood about 8 fabric losses that are generally seen in a garment factory. The losses were end loss, fabric joint loss, edge loss, end-bit remnant loss, splicing overlap loss, ticket length loss, stickering loss, and cutting edge loss. In this video, we will understand the technique with which we can control all of these losses and improve fabric utilization in our factory. So let's get started. The first waste we are going to talk about is end loss. How do we minimize end loss in the production floor? We need to standardize it. So if you are using straight knife to cut woven fabric shirting material, you can standardize it as 2 centimeters. And this will ensure process standardization on your production floor. The next way is to minimize number of plies in your order. With every ply, you waste additional end loss. So lesser the number of plies, the lesser the amount of wastage in the end loss. How do we know how to calculate minimum plies? There is a simple formula to do that. Take your order quantity, divide it by number of pieces, maximum pieces you can put in a marker. The number that you get is the minimum number of plies that you can achieve in an order. For example, let's say your order quantity is 2000 pieces and you can put 5 pieces in one marker. Then 2000 divided by 5, 400 plies is your target to achieve for minimum number of plies in an order. If you stay close to 400, you would have minimized your end loss. The next loss we are going to talk about is edge loss or width loss. The only way to use fabric properly is to use the entire cuttable width of the fabric. So you need to measure your widths and then make markers accordingly. I know what you're thinking. You never get fabric in one width. There are various variations in the width. So what you need to do is measure the width of all the rolls and group them together with the same widths or similar widths, and then make markers in their required cuttable width to ensure that you use the entire surface area and minimize your width edge loss. The third waste we need to minimize is end bits or remnants. In the production floor, you pick up a random roll and start spreading. If your lay is 10 meters long, then any piece which is left, which is less than 10 meters, is actually end bits or remnants and goes into waste. How do we minimize it? The first step is to use a technique called roll allocation. Rolls are allocated to lays in such a way that minimum number of end bits are left over. Let's say that you have 2 rolls of 50 meters and 52 meters and you have a lay of 10 meters. Then roll allocation will always suggest to use the 50 meters roll. This technique will minimize your end bits on the production floor. The second technique is use end bit planning. What it means is that you mark all your end bits with proper lengths and proper measurements, and then you plan your remnant markers such that utilize all the smaller pieces left over. These 2 techniques of roll allocation and end bit planning can hugely minimize your end bits to less than 1%. The last type of fabric loss that we discuss in this video is ticket length loss. This is the loss that happens due to variation in length between the actual length in the roll and what is written on the ticket or the sticker sent by the supplier. How can you control and minimize it? The first step of minimizing it is measuring. You need to measure every roll so you can know exact length of the fabric when it is sent on the cutting floor for laying. The second step is to do detailed vendor management. If you measure and if you keep a record of complete vendor tracking, it will give you information for more informed decision of purchases in the future. In this video, we went through 8 different ways and very simple and effective ways of minimizing of fabric losses and increasing fabric utilization on the cutting room floor.